Welcome to another episode of The Asylum with Harley and Joker. I'm, of course, Harley, as always, joined by the Joker himself. And you know what's bad? I could picture you doing that creepy ass laugh at the end of the intro right there. I really can.
Girl, I've been smoking for almost 2 decades. I ain't got the throat for that no more.
But I sure could still. Every time I hear it, I see you doing that creepy ass laugh.
Well, take my ass to a bar, get me shit-faced drunk, and then maybe I'll try. But
I can see him in the Joker makeup.
Exactly.
you've seen a picture of my freaking what the hell's his name? What the hell's Sid Haig's name in fucking Devil's Rejects? Oh, yeah, you've seen me in my Captain Spaulding makeup. Phil used it for the first episode I was on for the makeup. But
I'm not sure I have, but
it was in the picture for the episode. Go back to it. But
okay,
uh
I'll do
but
that.
yes, folks, King Joker is here. He had to sit a half hour in line at a dispensary because it's fucking 420 weekend, so fucking Christ. He's pissed off a little bit. But yes, happy early Zombie Jesus Day to everybody. We are here to continue our trek down the billboard charts. And
Jesus.
Glenn said, "What the fuck did you choose this bracket for?"
Mhm.
Because it's a billboard bracket. We started at 51.
He said, "I don't even know any of these songs on this."
And most of them didn't want to.
See, I like brackets where I don't know a fucking song because it's learning new music, which is one of my passions. But yeah, this playlist was very disappointing compared to the last one. I'm hoping 53 is a lot fucking better. I'm hoping 53 is a lot better. I've been listening to this for.
I hope.
I've been listening to this for a fucking week, so don't tell me shit. Don't tell me shit. But I've heard this playlist probably fucking 20 times by now, and Jesus Christ.
I know.
I'm sorry, Zombie Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, Zombie Baby Jesus. But
you can get better.
But folks, you all know how these things. Everybody who watches knows how these things work. So let's get on. And our first timer, finally, Glenn gets to start us off. And
yeah,
it's the lowest ranked song, which damn straight it should be. Number 30 ranked "Please Mr. Sun" by Johnny Ray, and it's going against number 16 ranked "Botcha Me" by Rosemary Clooney.
Well, my first question is: Rosemary Clooney kin to George Clooney?
Yes,
I think it's his mother. It's his mother.
No, it's his aunt.
Oh, I thought it was his mother.
Then you know what? I'm just going to pick that because of him, even though he's probably on an island somewhere right now, or cloned or in prison. But yeah, I'll take that for him. So, plus, botch a me. What the hell? What is that? What is that? Is it slang for something?
No, it's her fake Italian accent. It's cultural appropriation across the board. Half of her songs are cultural appropriation. She uses a weird foreign accent in half of them. We don't know why.
It's a modified version of the Italian phrase "Bacia mi pacina," which means "kiss me." So
okay, I like that one better than.
Mm-hmm.
I like that much better. Plus, Blue Tango. That's the one you said, right? Blue Tango.
No, please, Mr. Sun.
No, please, Mr. Sun.
Oh, I'm sorry, my fault. Yeah, and I like that one better. So.
And Harley,
I have a feeling that as your first timer on this, I'm probably going to suck because I really am not educated on this.
you figured out the program right away.
Yeah. So.
He's watched them before, so you know he's seen us do them.
Yeah,
but,
I've been in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with the "Kiss Me" one.
Yeah. As much as I'm happy because I said "Please, Mr. Sun" and the sun went away, so fuck yeah. But yeah, "Please, Mr. Sun" is the most boring song I ever heard in my life. Oh my god, that opening the bracket every time. They'll play this every time, and me want to fucking shoot myself in the head. But "Botcha Me" is actually a pretty catchy song. I was actually singing along to it at one point because I have an Italian accent when I'm drinking. So, but I have a accent I want to when I'm drinking. Trust me on that. But Lisa, which way you want to go? Even though Rosemary is moving on.
I'm just going to go ahead and throw one to Johnny Ray then.
I know that's the funny thing. Is I never heard it.
Actually rated a little higher.
That's the funny thing is I've heard of like pretty much none of these artists except one or two. Like this is nobody. This year I had nobody really.
Well, I mean, I grew up with older parents, and I was born in '66. So my parents were in their 30s when they had me. So
yeah, my grandparents didn't even listen.
Than probably any of you.
My grandparents didn't even listen to this shit. So I mean,
I wasn't allowed to listen to rock and roll. I could only listen to country because my dad was a shit kicking music DJ. So it's true story. So yeah,
but
true story.
Harley, you get start this one off. Is it number 29, Trying by the Hilltoppers, or number 15 ranked Jambalaya by Joe Stafford?
I guess let's do. I don't know. They both were equally
horrible.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Let's go with Jambalaya because Jambalaya tastes good, so we'll do that one.
Actually, I didn't mind either of these songs. Trying kind of grew on me, but I mean, Jambalaya, Crawfish, all my favorite things in one song. I'm fucking going with Joe Stafford on that one, and I like her voice. Her voice is very soothing to me. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
She couldn't even say Bayou right. I mean, it felt so whitewashed. She wasn't pronouncing the Creole type words correctly. There was like an attempt at a kind of an almost, ethnic situation there, but they just didn't get to it. So even though on that one I put whitewashed, and on the other one I put, yes, it's trying, but I'm still going to go with the Hilltoppers.
And Glenn, are we going to have a coin flip situation here, or are you going for Joe Stafford?
Yeah, I've got to go with Jambalaya. This is one I actually heard a little bit of, and I kind of liked it, even though she is correct in her enunciation. But yeah, I like it a little bit better, so I'm going to go with Jambalaya. I'm sorry.
Well, that's Jambalaya
in a very different way from most people, so don't worry about it.
I have been offending people all week, so I'm trying to be good. So,
but that's the point of us being podcasters, man. Come on.
Yeah, I was
like we always say here in the asylum. If we don't offend one person, we didn't do our job.
Yeah, I was censored this week, so whatever.
But that means I start the next one off, and it's number 28 ranked. Tell Me Why by Eddie Fisher and Hugo Winterhalter, going against number 14 ranked Blacksmith Blues by Ella Mae Morse. And I honestly didn't mind either of these. I like a good Italian ballad, and Blacksmith Blues was catchy as shit though. So I got to go with Blacksmith Blues. It gave me a down south home feeling, and my 5-month-old was nodding her head along with it with the freaking hammer in the beginning of it. So, hell yeah, I gotta go with Blacksmith Blues.
Okay. I found the hammer annoying, so I'm going with Eddie Fisher.
They were setting the beat.
I can't help that. That is not my fault. ADD did not like that song.
All right, and how about you, Glenn?
Was Eddie Fisher in the Munsters, or was that somebody else?
No, that's Eddie something. That's Eddie. Fuck, yeah. I should know that. That's Eddie. Oh my God!
I'll do the back.
Well, he had his hair slicked back like that. So, but I have actually also listened to Blacksmith Blues, and I've got to say I like it too. So yes, I got to go with Blacksmith Blues on this one. And the hammer, I think that gives it that ambiance. It's like the bowl where you put the thing on it and you spin it around and it makes that noise. It gives us the ambiance.
Eddie was back.
I don't know. There's another freaking thing on here where they spin something and it pissed me off for the most of the song, but that's a different song. But which way you want to go, Harley? We going for a coin flip, or you going for LMA as well?
Yep, LMA as well.
Boy, I am unpopular today.
Don't take it personal. It's usually me. So
I'm not.
Well,
I took this
honestly,
personally, there'd be a problem.
Trust me, those who take it personal don't work with me for long. But
Amen.
That's why we're going on 2 years with the asylum. Because nothing he says bothers me.
That's right, my favorite Barbie with a hoo-ha. But
oh my gosh.
What?
I'll explain later.
Okay.
I swear to God, I'm gonna stab Kevin and Felix for telling you about that.
But the next matchup gets started off by Lisa. And Lisa, your song from the last one has another chance in this matchup. Because it's number 27, I'll Walk Alone by Don Cornell. Or number 13 ranked, Tell Me Why by the Four Aces.
Okay, let me find the Four Aces on my list. There they are. Okay. I'm going with I'll Walk Alone by Don Cornell.
Good choice.
Oh, finally. I'm not alone. I know I walk alone.
And Glenn?
I've got to agree. I walk alone. So because that's my mantra. So
and Harley?
I walk alone.
Oh.
And folks, I think we have our first sweep of the night because of the day, I guess. But I'm going with I'll Walk Alone too, because the Tell Me Why by Four Aces version is not the best version of that song, even though we voted it out already. It wasn't the best version of that song, it's sadly enough. But
no.
And that was the other thing. This year there was a lot of repeats in the Billboard with just different artists doing the songs. Like I was like, what the fuck? But
yeah,
did I hear this song a minute ago? But
happened a lot that in the early 50s.
Well, of course it did. They didn't have originality.
Right. Not like they do now.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Let me tell you.
Now they're using songs from the 50s for the beats, but
and calling it original.
Well, they could try, but they're not going to get away with that.
It's because we're stuck in time right now. We can't move forward. So
I honestly don't know what we move forward to. There's no new style of music that people are going to create at this moment, I don't think. But unless it's just pure robot noises, which that's the next step.
Oh my God!
I gotta tell Harley about this. There's a thing going around where they're trying to rename some of the female body parts because a lot of them are being contraindicated. You're not allowed to use those words for research papers. So one of the suggestions, and this is my favorite, Cooter Canal.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so on the Mod Squad, one of this songs was a Barbie girl. We were talking one day, and this is a story behind Barbie with the hoo-ha. So they got a clip of me saying I'm a Barbie girl, and then they clipped on another episode. They clipped me. Someone said, "Say I'm a Barbie girl with the hoo-ha," and they clipped that. So now it's I'm a Barbie girl with the hoo-ha.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that too.
But that means Glenn gets to start this one off.
Oh, no.
And Don gets another chance to move on. But it's number 26 ranked I'm Yours by Don Cornell versus number 12 ranked Anytime by Eddie Fisher and Hugo Winterhalter.
Well, I've already expressed that I didn't like Eddie Fisher, so.
You gonna double down on that?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay on that highway until I can't. I'm not what I did listen to of him, I wasn't a fan of his crooning.
Yeah.
So.
He was trying a little too hard, but
Yeah.
Well, a lot of these, he was very young. He was still he was still a private in the army.
but
I guess
which
it's
way you
true.
want to go, Harley?
The non-Eddie Fisher one.
Yeah, I mean Don Cornell kind of blew me away, so I'll vote for him again, and that means Don Cornell has 2 songs ready in the second round. But which way would you have gone, Lisa?
I'm not going to let it sweep. I'm going to give Eddie Fisher some love. I found the Don Cornell, even though it moved on, I found it to be, and I quote, a slogfest. Not that I found Eddie Fisher, none of these are exactly going to be on my playlist moving forward.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I can pretty much guarantee I don't know if I'll be playing any of these. So yeah.
Yeah, there might be one, but
I'm
one or two.
a better version.
Better.
Well, I take that back. Maybe the Blacksmith Blues, maybe, but you got to be in the mood. So
that made my playlist. That made my freaking like list. But
yeah,
that means Harley gets to start the next one, and it's number 25 ranked "Meet Mr. Callaghan" by Les Paul versus number 11 ranked "Kiss of Fire" by Georgia Gibbs.
Kiss of Fire.
Yeah, I gotta agree because Mr. Callahan was a good guitar riff, but that's all it really was a guitar riff. And Kiss of Fire I actually kind of liked. It almost sounded like modern day like rap song beginning, and then it went into like a James Bond sounding music. So I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting. So yeah, I'll give it to Kiss of Fire. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Oh, actually, we were just talking about not even going to be on my list. This is the only one where I actually wrote on my list. So definitely Georgia Gibbs.
And Glenn, even though George has moved on, which way would you have gone?
well, I was the Kiss of Fire for me. I was trying to find the backstory on that song because it was interesting. So yeah, that was where I was going.
Isn't there actually a Kiss of Fire, like he was saying, a James Bond Kiss of Fire song?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I know, but I think it's like similar lyrics, but maybe not.
Apparently Hugh Glory did a version of it. That's interesting.
Hugh Laurie?
Yeah.
How? Yeah, I'm going to be listening to that.
Actually, there was a 1955 movie called Kiss of Fire, so maybe they actually used her music in it. I don't know.
Could be.
But
Could be. Maybe that's why I recognize it somehow. Although I don't know that I would have seen that movie.
yeah. But that means
if AI is correct, that it was originally titled El Choclo, a CHOCLO, meaning the corn cob. If AI is correct, so. But that was apparently a popular nightclub in Argentina. So.
Okay. Interesting.
Sorry, I was just looking at
the fire involves the outhouse then.
So,
thank you, future Terminators. But
there was a movie called Kiss of Fire with Jack Palance, and I like Jack Palance. So yeah, okay, all right. Sorry, I got sidetracked on Shiny.
We like wormholes. That's okay. That means I get to start the next matchup off, and easy. But it's number 24 ranked "Walking My Baby Back Home" by Johnny Ray, or number 10 ranked "Delicato" by Percy Faith and his orchestra. And yeah, Delicato I got sick of listening to, so I kept skipping it. But "Walking My Baby Back Home" was actually a decent song. It was actually a decent song. So I'll give it to old Johnny Ray in that one. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Oh, absolutely Johnny Ray. Mm-hmm.
And
I can't deal with instrumentals. I can't.
I like Johnny Ray, so yeah.
And Harley.
I'm going with Johnny Ray because instrumentals, like with my ADHD, I get bored and then turn it off and can't even finish it because I lose my focus to it. So
right. Either that or annoys me so much that I actually am like,
Mm-hmm.
seriously, thank you. It's called misophonia. It's attached to ADD very commonly. It's the same thing where if you hear someone chewing loudly, you want to kill them.
Oh, I get so
I've
mad with
actually-
that.
I've actually done this with a fork before with my brother next to me.
I think I've ran that call. All right. So
Which that
Oh,
means
he
that
He was there.
that means the first half of round 1 is done. But that means that Lisa gets to start the first matchup in the other half.
Yay.
And it's gonna be number 23 ranked Slowpoke by Pee Wee King, or number 8 ranked I Went to Your Wedding by Patty Page.
Ooh. We are talking about an absolute choice of nothing. I
That
understand
is
either
real.
of them. One is I Went to Your Wedding, self-flagellation, and Slowpoke, just why? So I'm gonna have to go with Patty Page because she got one more point, and I mean 0.1 more.
Oh, Patty Page was a big hit last month in the 51 one. So, but
Oh, this was not her year. Not for me.
and Glenn, which way you want to go? Pee Wee King or I Went to Your Wedding?
well, I have to go with Pee Wee, but for two reasons. Because one, I like Pee Wee. There's just the name. So, and not the little guy, but and the other reason is he actually co-wrote the Tennessee State song, Tennessee Waltz. So I got to go with Pee Wee because unfortunately I'm stuck in hell. I mean Tennessee. So I got to go with Pee Wee.
Same place, different name. But
Granted.
Harley, which way you want to go?
I'm going with Pee Wee.
That's what she said.
I was just gonna say Harley says she's going with the wee wee, but
We'll talk later.
Speaking of being 12,
but yeah,
sorry.
honestly, this is a really close one for me because these are both pretty decent songs in my head. I Went to Your Wedding is dark. I like it. I mean,
Mhm.
one of my favorite metal bands did a version of it in the last 10 years. That's not really a version of it, but it's definitely the story, but better. Slowpoke though, like I kind of liked it. I mean, because my wife is a slowpoke whenever we go anywhere in public and have to do things, so I live with a slowpoke. So that song I love. It makes sense to me. But so I'll go with Pee Wee King, giving him the win.
Okay. Good, because I didn't like the other song anyway. Seriously.
And
Robin.
the next matchup gets started off by Glenn, and it's yes, and it's number 22 ranked Rock and Roll Must Go. It's in the book by Johnny Stanley, or number 7 ranked Wish You Were Here by Eddie Fisher and Hugo Winterhalter.
Okay, well, it's not the Wish You Were Here I was thinking of, so it's an instant strike against it. But if you listen to the other one, it starts out as almost a comedy, and
Yes.
I kind of like that. It leads out into something more than what you turn on the radio. So for the 50s, I think this was probably, I will not say experimental, but I will say it was progressive. How about that for the 50s?
Maybe, but
You don't sound very convinced of that argument that I just made up off the top of my head. So
Good job.
Harley, which way you want to go?
What were the choices?
Rock and Roll Must Go or Wish You Were Here?
Eddie Fisher or Johnny Stanley and the comedy album.
The comedy album.
definitely.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, not definitely in my book. That Johnny Stanley guy was the least funny person I ever heard in my fucking life.
Hey, but
You're gonna-
you weren't
you're gonna-
born in the 50s, or you weren't listening to
Yeah, that was
radio in
my
the 50s.
comedy in the early 50s.
Yeah, that was
I mean, sure, by our standards, it's not funny, but
that was like the first punk rock. How about that? It was
Yeah.
new. It was something different. So
Honestly, he sounded to me
spoken word.
he just sounded like a fucking country comedian who was out of the times and was horrible. Like oh my god, I love a good stand-up comic, but God no, And you're gonna make fun of Elvis, really? You're that much of a sour bitch? But I gotta give it to Eddie Fisher on this one.
That's one of the reasons I liked it.
I love Elvis, so Wish You Were Here. Wish You Were Here is actually a decent song, so I will gladly give it to Wish You Were Here.
I'll tell you a little inside secret to my station. Anytime it comes up in my lunchtime playlist, unless the program director's locked it, I click on any song but this one to replace it if it's Elvis. Sorry, it's just me.
That's okay. Hey, we all have our taste.
And well, but that also might be because it was forced down my throat as a adolescent. So
that's a good point too.
He was a groundbreaker for rock and roll. I will give him that. And he did a lot of progressive things that up until later Jim Morrison replicated. So I will give him credit for a lot of things. It's just not my cup of tea. So
yeah, I will tell you. My husband to this very day refuses to check tire pressure and oil levels because his dad was a mechanic. I think you probably get it.
Oh. Ironically, that's why I bought my wife an electric car. So
yeah, not ironic at all. He'd probably have done something like that if I were a person who drove. Okay. On the one hand, it did kind of make me laugh, but more at it than with it. And it did seem somewhat tongue-in-cheek. I don't think he was actually attacking rock and roll so much as, mock defending, if you will. But I think I'm going to throw Wish You Were Here a bone and go for the coin toss because I do think that Wish You Were Here is even though it's not my favorite version of Wish You Were Here, it's actually a pretty good version. And I kind of like Eddie Fisher. Now, I liked him better when he was Eddie Fisher. Isn't it Eddie Fisher and Edie Gourmet? Or am I mixing them up?
I'm not sure.
That's probably still before your time. Never mind.
This is all before my parents' time, for God's sake. My parents weren't even born in this year yet. So, but
Lisa, Jeremy, do you want me to be on future podcasts?
I think me and her have something.
Oh man, do you want me to be on future podcasts?
You said you were a 66 baby, is that right?
Yeah.
You said 66, so I'm a 67, so I'm right there behind you.
Right. Okay.
So yeah,
you're actually between me and Philip.
We're the adults in charge of this show, and that's scary.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, tell me about it. But Lisa, you're the last one to vote, so pick for Eddie Fisher, heads or tails.
Tails.
And
Who doesn't like tails? Everybody likes tails.
I'm a lefty.
And tails goes, apparently. So, Wish You Were Here moves on, knocking out that horrible wannabe comic. But, thank God. Small miracles sometimes, I swear to God. But, that means that Harley starts off the next one. And it's number 21 ranked. Oh, look, Harley. It's the song about Felix. It's number 21 ranked Glowworm by the Mills Brothers. Or number 6 ranked Half as Much by Rosemary Clooney.
I'm going to do Glowworm.
Yeah. And this Rosemary Clooney song I didn't like as much as the Bottomy song, but it's a good song. I mean, the lyrics are really, really good well written. Yeah. But Glowworm, I kept hearing that. It was a catchy tune. Almost reminded me of almost like a Purple People Eater like type of song. But and I kept thinking, every time Felix and Kevin pull down their pants, it must be what they're singing. So glow, little glower. But I gotta go with Glowworm as well. Which way you want to go, Lisa?
Yeah, this was on my kids' album that we used to listen to. And my mom would sing it with us when we were dancing around the house. So definitely Glowworm.
Huh. And Glenn. Even though Glowworm's moving on.
Yeah, well, I was going to go with Glowworm anyhow because the Muppets did it, so they covered it. Kermit covered it.
Yeah, there was a little glowworm.
Yep, because Kermit covered it. That's why I'm doing it. So this is,
Muppet.
This is a 1902 operette song originally, by the way. So, but
really,
I like.
Wow.
Yeah, don't ask me. It was a German operette song in 1902, but Kermit covered it, and I liked his version. So I'm going with Kermit on this one. Plus, it's green.
Oh,
yeah. I only actually had one chance to listen to most of these simply because, yeah, right.
My radio station is cringing right now because they're listening.
Philip actually forwarded me the wrong list, so I listened to Fit 1951 again, and then I was like, "Wait a minute."
Hey, you were stuck in 51.
I was.
That's scary.
Well, 51's playlist was better than this one.
Oh yeah, I was not unhappy there. I just didn't recognize all of the songs, partly because we had done another doo-wop selection, and a lot of those were like copies. So I didn't realize, right away.
50s, late 50s, but yeah.
Right.
But
so
that means I get struck the next one.
But I want to throw this out there first. Who can go wrong with a wingless female larva? You know?
I know, right?
True.
I'm going to be fired from the radio station. I sense this.
But I dropped the next one. It's
advertising.
And Eddie has another chance to move on this one as well.
Oh, Eddie.
I'm pretty sure it's his last song finally, but it's number 20 ranked.
Was he the only one that released albums in the 52? Just
apparently his album was a big hit, but
Johnny Ray had a few.
I'm still. It's what cracks me up is he's making fun of Elvis in that song in 52, but yet Elvis isn't on any of these yet. So I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I mean, this is post World War II, so he's obviously releasing music still, but this might have been his. Maybe this was his release
again.
Time travel. That's what it was.
Okay, which Eddie Fisher?
Yes, it's going to be number 20 ranked "I'm Yours" by Eddie Fisher and Hugo Winterhalter, or number 5 ranked "Auf Wiedersehen, Sweetheart" by Vera Lynn. And my German heritage makes me want to go with Vera Lynn. And yeah, I'm going to go with her because "I'm Yours" was an okay song, but I liked "Auf Wiedersehen, Sweetheart." It was remind me of a German home song in a way. So, which way you want to go, Lisa?
Well, it was sung by sailors, soldiers, and airmen of Her Majesty's forces, and I'm half German. Well, a third German. So
the good third.
Right. Well, I'm also I'm a German Irish hillbilly. So
that's an interesting combination.
I think
that's kind of people.
Well, it's called Cincinnati, Ohio. You pretty much can't swing a dead cat without hitting a German, an Irish, or a hillbilly, or a combination thereof.
I thought they were eating the cats in Ohio, or is it something else? Sorry.
No, that's north.
Oh, okay.
Not anywhere near us.
Oh, okay, sorry.
We don't associate it with that part of Ohio.
Yeah.
Lisa, which way do you want to go?
Yeah, hillbillies don't eat cats publicly.
They just eat everything else.
Oh yeah,
squirrels, varmints. Yeah,
I've had a possum, and I've had an opossum as a. No, I haven't. I tried to let my husband.
Admit that.
I tried to get my husband to let me have an opossum as a pet, and he just absolutely said no. So but we got a kitten instead.
You didn't need it though, did you? Right?
Oh goodness, no.
Okay, just making sure.
What songs? Oh, Vera Lynn. Okay, where are we at? Who won?
I'm still waiting on your vote.
She voted for the German one.
Oh, right. She didn't say that. She's one on a story about her ancestry.
I said I was 1/3 German, so I was voting for our armed services.
Okay.
I didn't get that second part. I got the first part, then a story, then the second part didn't come. But which way you want to go, Glenn?
Until we see each other again, I'm going the German.
And Harley, even though Vera's moving on, which way you want to go?
The German.
you know,
you
we're
do.
probably offending somebody by saying we'll take the German for 30. So
Oh well, why don't we all?
If they're
why don't we
tuning
all
into the
salute?
asylum, if they're tuning into the asylum, they already know what to expect.
okay, all right,
Oh,
great.
God, yeah.
So
Should we just all
And-
salute right now?
And
it gets
Lisa,
the
that,
wrong way, don't you go? Like, so, never mind.
Lisa,
I'll
that
be
means you
canceled.
get to start the next one off. And the
Okay.
next one is going to be number 19 ranked High Noon by Frankie Lane. Or number 4 ranked You Belong to Me by Joe Stafford.
Let me find that one.
Ooh, it's Tim Curry's birthday.
Ooh, sexy. Okay, not as sexy, but you know.
That man's 79 years old today.
Yeah, and he's, I mean, he held up for quite a while. Okay.
I always think he's dead. I don't know why.
I want to go with because he's been very ill recently, maybe. Or
Maybe.
because it's shocking that someone of his usage history is still alive. Kind of like the fact that Mickey Dolenz is the only surviving monkey. Mind-boggling. Okay, I'm going with Joe Stafford.
And CJ. Glenn
High Noon.
and Harley.
High Noon.
Yes, thank you, because I'm going with High Noon as well. I freaking love that song. It almost sounds like it should be in a cowboy musical, but I am 100% down for
Exactly
that.
what I said. Cowboy with Spanish undertones does not disappoint, but the other one scored higher.
Yeah, well, Joe Stafford gets left behind, I think, for a second time. I don't think she got... I don't know if she did come in. She didn't win the last one. But that means Glenn gets to start the next matchup. And it's going to be number 18. It's going to be number 18 ranked. The Little White Cloud That Cried by Johnny Ray. Or number 3 ranked, Cry by Johnny Ray. It's a Johnny Ray matchup.
Wow. I guess I'm gonna have to stay with the Cloud. I don't because how did the other one make it to number 3?
Don't know.
Was that wrong of me? Yeah, no, I can't. So yeah, I'm going with the Cloud.
I don't get it. I really don't get it either. But yeah. But which way you want to go, Harley?
Oh my God. I guess I'll go with Cry because, well, I'm mean and I like to make people cry.
True story. But personally on this one, I'm not a huge fan of either of these freaking songs, honestly. But
I know.
So how did it make it there?
I guess I'm gonna go with the Little White Cloud That Cried, though. It's a little bit catchier. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
I'm going to make it a tiebreaker. I thought Cry. I like it. I like the rejection jam function of it. The rejection jam.
Rejection jam. But Lisa, so is Cry getting heads or tails?
May I refer it to Harley since I got the last one?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's
Harley.
go with Tails. Who doesn't
Everybody
like
likes
Tails?
Everybody likes Tail.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently the coin flipper does today, that's for sure. But
Mm-hmm.
that means Cry moves on.
As I win, Tails you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on who you ask.
I never lose when I'm getting tails. But come on now.
I've been married for 75 years.
Does everybody know the appropriate answer to the question, how's your head?
No.
No complaints.
Oh.
But that's the right answer.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
All right. So
and that means that Harley gets to start
you
the
need
next
to
one.
share that with Philip, please. Send that soundbite to Philip, please.
It's Troy Aikman. You gotta love Troy Aikman. So.
But Harley, your matchup is the last one in round one, actually. But it's number 17 ranked "A Guy Is a Guy" by Doris Day, or number 2 ranked "Wheel of Fortune" by K Star.
Oh my god. Let's go with "A Guy Is a Guy." Why not?
Truer words. And I actually like that song. A Guy Is a Guy is a good song. Ridiculous 50 standards for women and guys in that song, but it is the way it is. And
the whole 50s had
And
ridiculous standards.
And Wheel of Fortune pissed me off.
You didn't like
I
Vanna?
ain't gonna lie. If it was Vanna, it'd be getting a vote. It wasn't Vanna.
Okay.
But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Okay, I had problems with both of these. My comment with "The Guy Is a Guy" is Deuteronomy. This guy basically sexually assaulted her on her own front porch, and they made her marry him, and she's expected to be thrilled. And that's basically what it says in Deuteronomy. If a man rapes a woman, his punishment is to marry her. So I'm going to have to go with K-Star just because I refuse to vote for "A Guy Is a Guy." Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, personally,
please excuse this soapbox moment.
No. I mean, personally, I gotta say though, what's a better form of punishment than having to marry her? So,
very true. Smallest fucking handcuffs you've ever seen.
Jeremy, how many daughters do you have?
2.
Uh-huh.
But how many different women? Are you
you're going to make him marry the guy?
Only if he knocks her up, and then it'll be a shotgun. But they'll be making him marry her, not me. But and actually, he might not make it to the wedding. Just saying, he might not make it to the wedding.
But, I like Doris Day. Come on.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
Glenn,
I mean,
like K-Star too. Other K-Star, but
I gotta go with Doris Day. I mean, I'm sorry, but it is.
No, that's okay. So Doris Day moves on.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, she does.
You got biblical on us, so
vote her off later.
with that. So
she's not going to win.
You got biblical, so I can't argue with you. So
thank you very much. And by the way, I'm not religious at all. It's just Deuteronomy pisses me off.
Just that one chapter.
Yeah.
See,
well, I mean, there's others.
It should be like Revelations that pisses you off. Well, we're all friggin' dead. That should be the one that pisses you off. So,
and I'm not actually upset about that.
Yeah, depends on the day.
Women's rights don't matter if we're dead.
But that means
I got no argument with that.
That means that round 2 can get started by me. And it's going to be "Botcha Me" by Rosemary Clooney versus "Jambalaya" by Joe Stafford. And sorry, Rosemary, jambalaya. I got to go for one of my favorite dishes in the world. So, jambalaya. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Jambalaya.
And Glenn?
Botcha me. Botcha me. Please botcha me.
And Harley?
Let's go with jambalaya.
Which means jambalaya is moving into the quarterfinals.
I'm on an island.
Hey, where was I for the first 5? No.
You were Deuteronomy. I don't know what the hell. So I couldn't find you.
But
she's going to be like, never bring this guy back, please.
No, love you.
Yeah.
We like having guests who are interactive.
All women hate me. They just haven't figured it out yet. So that's.
But it means Lisa gets to start the next one.
You should probably join my husband in therapy.
And
he needs the support.
Lisa, your matchup is going to be Blacksmith Blues versus "I'll Walk Alone."
Okay.
I'll walk alone.
Yeah, I think I'm going Don Cornell on this one.
And Glenn?
I've got to stick with Blacksmith Blues.
And Harley?
Blacksmith Blues.
It's my island, my hill.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I like Blacksmith Blues. I don't know if it's gonna make it past the next matchup, but I like Blacksmith Blues, so I'll let it move into the quarterfinals for now. But Big Donnie Boy has another chance here as Glenn starts this one off.
No, great.
It's I'm Yours by Don Cornell versus Kiss of Fire by Georgia Gibbs.
Oh, Kiss of Fire. There's no argument on this one.
Amen.
And
Sorry.
Harley?
Kiss of Fire.
Yep. And Lisa?
Yes. No. Yup.
And our first sweep in the second round, yeah. But the final matchup on this side of round 2 is going to get started off by Harley. And it's Walking My Baby Back Home by Johnny Ray or Here in My Heart by Al Martino, number 9 ranked, that had a bye last round.
I guess, I don't know, whatever the second one was.
Well, as much as I loved Walking My Baby Back Home, I got to go with Here in My Heart. It's such a good song. Al's voice is tremendous, so I got to go with Al Martino. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
I'm going to go with Here in My Heart.
And Glenn.
Oh, come on. Walking My Baby Back Home. I'm sorry. I did it.
That's okay.
I'm that guy. It's my turn to be in the hole. So, yeah, Walking My Baby Back Home because, yeah, I mean, why would you like, oh, never mind.
And that means I start off the other side of round 2. And it's going to start off with Slowpoke by Pee Wee King versus Wish You Were Here by Eddie Fisher. And I got to keep giving my support to Slowpoke on that one. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
I wish you were here so I could... No, just kidding.
You wouldn't be the first. And Glenn?
Oh, I was Slowpoke. It describes me. So, yeah, I have to go with Slowpoke.
And Harley?
And besides, who doesn't like a Slowpoke?
I'll go with Slowpoke. I don't know.
As Harley's second thinking that answer after Glenn says that, but
I sold her on it. That's what it was.
I'm sure. But that means Lisa gets...
It's just easy.
That means Lisa gets to start the next one. And it's Glowworm by the Mills Brothers versus Avita Sweetheart by Better Than.
I gotta go Glowworm.
And Glenn.
Yeah, I have to say goodbye. We're going with Glowworm. Yeah, it's
and
gotta
Harley?
say goodbye. Till we meet again.
Kermit.
Glowworm.
If it had been for Kermit, I would have.
I'll throw one to Vera. So she doesn't go out completely beaten. But Glowworm moves on.
I'm pretty sure she's dead and doesn't know it, so it's okay.
I'm pretty sure, but you gotta be nice to the dead, or they come back and haunt you. But
it's Zombie Day tomorrow, so
yes, it is. But which way? Oh, actually, no, which way? That means this matchup is going to get started off by Glenn, and it's High Noon by Frankie Lane or Cry by Johnny Ray.
Oh, High Noon. It's got that Western ambiance. High Noon. That was a lull.
And Harley?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't like choosing between duty and pleasure. So, yeah, High Noon. Which means that High Noon is moving on. But which way would you have gone, Lisa?
Yeah, let it have a sweep.
And we have a sweep, folks. Room's out. But time for the final matchup in round 2, and it's the last song we haven't touched yet. It's A Guy is a Guy by Doris Day going against the number 1 ranked song, which had a bye last round, Blue Tango by Leroy Anderson. And this matchup gets started off by, I believe, Harley, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Let's go with Blue Tango.
Yeah, as much as I like The Guy is a Guy, Blue Tango had like an Addams Family feel to it almost in a way. So I gotta go with Blue Tango. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Definitely Blue Tango.
Ooh, and Blue Tango moved, an instrumental moves on, but which way would you have gone, Glenn?
I was going to stay with Blue Tango.
Damn.
I shocked you on that one, didn't I? That's what she said.
I thought
The
I honestly thought I'd be the only one supporting that song. I honestly thought that, but okay.
Up against Deuteronomy.
The Bible lost.
The Bible's been losing for a good 2,000 years. The Bible's been losing for 2,000 years. It can keep losing. But that means this one can start off by me. We're in the quarterfinals now. And it's Jambalaya by Joe Stafford versus Blacksmith Blues by Ella Mae Morse. And I got to give it to Blacksmith Blues. Blacksmith Blues. Because it's a little bit better song. A little bit better. But which way do you want to go, Lisa?
I'm going to go with the Blacksmith Blues.
And Glenn?
Oh, I'm staying with Blacksmith Blues all the way on this one. I'm going to number 1 with it.
Oh, it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. And Harley, which way would you have gone?
Blacksmith Blues.
And that means let's go to the semifinals to face whoever wins this matchup. And it's going to get started off by Lisa. And it's Kiss of Fire by Georgia Gibbs or Hear My Heart by Al Martino.
Kiss of Fire.
And Glenn?
Kiss of Fire.
And Harley?
She's on her union break right now.
Dun,
You don't get no breaks in this show, woman.
Dun, 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 dun. No, just kidding.
Feels like that.
We did go at an unusual time of day here.
Yeah. I got people in the chat on my Facebook page asking me where I'm at, and I'm like, I'm over here.
Look over there.
Like, yeah, get it.
Harley, what the fuck? But yeah, I'm gonna give mine to Hear My Heart because I think it's a little bit better song than Kiss of Fire. But his voice is miraculously amazing. But
so when she
Hear
comes
My
back,
Heart.
okay. Oh, it's a tie.
Oh,
it's a tie, all right. And since Harley voted last, is Hear My Heart getting heads or tails?
Tails.
Damn, coin flipper likes tails today.
Think it's broken?
No, it just does it sometimes.
Just kidding.
But I mean,
tails can't be broken.
I disagree. I've broken a few in my time, but
we
oh,
all have our
Harley-
imaginations.
I mean, technically it is
Harley
bone.
got-
You can break it, so I mean, from a medical point of view. So
and it looks like Harley's having some technical difficulties here, folks. But
Okay.
she doesn't want anybody to know she's actually beating her kids right now because of Deuteronomy. So
I mean, that means that the other side of the quarterfinals can get started off by Glenn, and it's Slow Poke by Pee Wee King versus Glowworm by Mills Brothers.
oh, come on now, glowworm. It's got to be the glowworm.
And Harley?
I'm going to request that in my lineup, my song lineup.
Harley.
The aliens get her.
Apparently.
Technical difficulties. Have some patience.
We'll move past her for now, I guess.
I think
But
it's aliens.
yeah,
I'm going with aliens.
me too. Me too. But
Hey,
I
we
gotta
can
give it I gotta give it the slowpoke. But Lisa, you want to go slowpoke or glowworm?
glowworm.
And if Harley's back, she can either make us have another tiebreaker or give it one song the win. Are you back, Harley? I see a mutant and unmutant.
It's glowworm.
Oh, she gives glowworm the win. She must be thinking of Kevin Ray. But that means the next match, the final matchup in the quarterfinals, can get started off by Harley. And it's High Noon by Frankie Lane or Blue Tango by Leroy Anderson.
Blue
Ooh.
Tango.
I gotta go with High Noon personally. It's not that much better, but it's got words, so it's that much better. But Lisa, which way you want to go?
High Noon.
Oh,
I
no.
feel the same way. I'm still waiting for the lyrics on Blue Tango.
Oh no. I'm gonna do it. I'm going Blue Tango.
Well, Glenn, since you went for it, you gonna get Blue Tango, heads or tails?
It's got to be heads because it's been tails all day, unless this thing is rigged. This thing's rigged. It's rigged.
I don't think it is, but
I'm calling for a do-over.
I want you to be tails again. That'd be funny as fuck.
It
Oh,
will
okay,
be.
see, it's not that was just the test to show it's not broken, folks. But
Okay, there you go. All right, I'll give in. So,
that means
I was going to throw a
You
flag.
moved on.
But that means that the semifinals can get started off by me, and it's Blacksmith Blues on this first side by Ella Mae Morris facing Hear My Heart by Al Martino. I got to go with Hear My Heart. It's a slightly better song than Blacksmith Blues. But which way you want to go, Lisa?
Yep. It's just slightly better.
And Glenn?
You know I'm going to stick with the Blacksmith Blues on this one.
And Harley?
Blacksmith Blues.
Oh no.
All right, Harley. Heads or tails for Blacksmith Blues?
Tails.
Watch it be heads finally.
I was ready. I had my flag out. I was going to throw a flag, but it's rigged.
Since Harley throws tails, that means that Here in My Heart is moving on to the finals. But on the other side of the semifinals, it's going to get started off by Lisa, and it's Glowworm by the Mills Brothers versus High Noon by Frankie Lane.
Little glowworm, glimmer, glimmer.
And Glenn.
Glowworm.
And Harley?
Is.
Glowworm.
Oh, I so would have went for High Noon. I was hoping High Noon would freaking get it, but of course it didn't. Why would it? Well, I almost can see this now, but we'll see. Because that means that Glenn, in his first appearance on the bracket, gets to start off the finals.
Oh no.
And it's going to be number 9 ranked Here in My Heart by Al Martino or number 21 ranked Glowworm by the Mills Brothers.
I'm sticking with Kermit for the win. Glowworm.
And Harley?
Glowworm.
Yeah, I'm giving one to Here in My Heart. I think it's a way better song than Glowworm. But Lisa, which way you want to go?
Yeah, it's probably because you know where I'm going. Glowworm.
Okay.
Kermit.
I
I'm
was
a
actually kind of hoping you go
deranged,
the other
horny
way.
psychopath.
Oh, that nailed it to a T. But that's right, folks. According to us, the best song in 1952 is Glowworm by the Mills Brothers.
Based on the songs allowed to us on the list provided, not chosen by Jeremy. Who chose this stupid list?
What she said.
Well, I will say in the next year, there's a little bit more famous artists. Well, okay, a lot of the same artists, but also some ones I recognize actually. So we'll see.
No.
We'll see. And apparently the Dragnet theme song.
I think it can't be worse.
Oh, it's the Dragnet theme song's in there. Oh, that's gonna be a winner.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's called Dragnet, so I'm assuming it's the theme song.
Okay.
Harley, take us out.
I'm sorry, what were the choices?
Take us out. We're done.
Yeah, glowworm one.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. I'm sorry, wrestling is on. We lost Harley.
No, my
What?
system's
Just
acting
kidding.
up.
Oh, okay.
Fuck WrestleMania.
Is Trump
Okay,
there?
guys. Well, I guess that does it for this episode of The Asylum with Harley and Joker. Hey, Glenn, tell them where they can find you.
Hey, you can find me all over the place at SportCat on X or Twitter, SportCatMedic on Facebook. And of course, Tuesdays and Thursdays from noon till 2, I'm actually playing music you've heard of on the Thin Line Rock Station. You can find that at www.thethinlinerockstation.com. And of course, I have my own show over on the Paranormal Guys with a Z. And I do a daily news show, which is probably going to be highly censored, and a weekly paranormal show. So I'm just going to do cat stories from here on out. So,
Hey, Lisa, tell them where they can find you.
Who doesn't like stories about pussy, Glenn?
agreed.
If you need cat stories, I got some. But you can find me and my partner Philip and our friend Aaron from California, whose arms must be tired, at Pod on most socials. We do not have an active website pertaining to that name. But yeah, it's Pod.
Okay, guys, and you know where to find me and Joker at if you watched before. But tune in next. Well, we won't be live tomorrow, so tune in next week for not sure what episode it is yet, but we'll figure it out by then. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Happy Zombie Jesus Day.
Nice to meet you, Glenn.
Yeah, you.